Hello students of ninth standard. We have started the lesson number 4, that is nothing but measurement of matter. In that we have studied various laws, then again atomic mass, molecular mass we have studied. Now we are going to see the electronic configuration. Now electronic configuration means what? First, how we are going to do it? See here. So that is the element. Element is nothing but hydrogen. Atomic number is nothing but 1. So electronic configuration is also 1. So valence electrons are also 1. So valency of that is also 1. Similarly helium. Helium atomic number is 2. Electronic configuration is 2. Valence electrons are 2 and valence is 0. This is 0 because the helium is nothing but the inert gas, and whenever you are studying about the inert gas, you know that valence is 0. Next comes lithium. So whenever you are studying about the lithium, the atomic number is 3. So electronic configuration is 2 and 1. So valence electrons are 1. So valency is 1. Next comes the beryllium. Atomic number is 4. So electronic configuration is 2, 2. Therefore the valence electrons are nothing but 2 and valency is nothing but 2, because in the outermost orbit there are 2 electrons. So that therefore the valency will be also 2. Next comes boron. The atomic number is 5. Electronic configuration is 2 and 3, and the outermost orbit contains 3. Therefore the valence electrons are also 3 and the valency is also 3. Next comes the carbon. The atomic number is 6. So electronic configuration is 2 and 4. So the valence electrons in the outermost orbit are 4. Therefore the valency is also 4. Next comes nitrogen. It has the atomic number 7. So electronic configuration is 2 and 5. The outermost orbit contains 5 electrons. But to attain the octet state, we have to minus this 5 from 8. So therefore the valency will be 3. Next atom is, or you can say next element is oxygen. So whenever you see the atomic number of this, you may have their 8 atomic number. So electronic configuration is 2 and 6. In the K shell there are 2 electrons and 6 electrons are there in the L shell. Therefore the valence electrons are nothing but 6. But as it is more than 5, so what we do? More than 4. So what we do? We minus it from 8. That is 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Next comes fluorine. Fluorine has the atomic number 9. So electronic configuration is 2 and 7. Valence electrons are 7. As it is more than 4, what we are going to do? We are going to minus it from 8. That is nothing but 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. Next comes neon. The atomic number is 10. The electronic configuration is 2 and 8. The valence electrons are 8. The valency is 0. As it is an inert gas, we write the valency as 0. Next comes the sodium. Sodium has the atomic number 11. So what is the electronic configuration? Electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. Therefore the valence electrons are nothing but 1. Outermost orbit contains 1 electron. Therefore we are writing here 1. So the valency will be also equal to 1. Next comes magnesium. Magnesium has the atomic number 12. Electronic configuration 2, 8, 2. So the valence electrons are here. In the outermost orbit there are 2 electrons. Therefore we write here 2. And the valency is also 2. Next comes aluminium. Aluminium has the atomic number 13. Electronic configuration 2, 8, 3. Outermost orbit has 3 electrons. Therefore, the valence electrons are 3 electrons and the valence is 3. Silicon, it has 14 atomic number. So, the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 4. The valence electrons are 4 and the valency is also equal to 4. So, it depends upon the outermost orbit how much the electrons it contains. That is nothing but the valency. Next here we are seeing the variable valences. So, any element may have two valences. How is that? See here, copper, the symbol is Cu, it has valency 1 and 2. And iron, how it is written here, see, Cu plus or Cu2 plus. Where the Cu plus is there, it is nothing but cuprous, or whenever it is Cu2 plus, then it is cupric. So, whenever there is a mercury, we may write here symbol Hg. Valency is nothing but 1 and 2. Iron is written as Hg plus or Hg2 plus. When it is Hg plus, it is written as mercurious, or when it is 2 plus, or you can say whenever Hg2 plus is there, it is written as mercuric. Then iron symbol is Fe. It may have valencies 2 and 3. If it is Fe2 plus, then it is ferrous. If it is Fe3 plus, then it is ferric. Now we are going to see the radicals. See what is there? Here base are given, NaOH, that is nothing but sodium hydroxide. It contains a cation which is Na plus and an anion which is HOH minus. Similarly, KOH, that is nothing but potassium hydroxide. It contains K plus as a cation and OH minus as a anion. Similarly here, calcium is nothing but cation and OH minus is nothing but a anion. Similarly, there are acids. Acids are HCl, HBr, that is HNO3. Now HCl means hydrochloric acid. Here cation is H plus and anion is Cl minus. Or here you can say H plus and Br minus is nothing but a anion. Similarly here H plus and NO3 minus is nothing but a anion. So whenever you see radicals are, or you can say different radicals are there, if it is anion, then you may call it as an acidic radical, and if it is cation, you may call it as a basic radical. This way it is there. So whenever you see that a particular base or a particular acid contains one positive ion and one negative ion. Similarly, if you see for example here Na plus or positive ion is Na plus, or you can say here negative ion is OH minus, here it is K plus or OH minus. Similarly here it is H plus or you can say Br minus. Radicals we are going to see. The characteristics of a compound. Here what does it tell here? The characters of the compound formed by an ionic bond. They are formed by the ionic bond and it has two constituents. That means here compounds having characteristics or they are made up of two constituents. Which are the two constituents? See here positively charged ion which is called as a cation, or you can say negatively charged ion is called as an anion. So these two constituents can take part independently in the chemical reaction. Whenever there is a chemical reaction, both the cation and anion come together, or they are oppositely charged particles. They come together and get combined in the chemical reaction, and hence they are called as a radicals, and therefore we call them as a radicals. Cationic radicals are called as a basic radicals. if we see the cationic radicals, that means positively charged ions, they are called as the basic radicals, and that of the anionic radical or ionic radicals, they are called as the acidic radicals. The difference in the composition of a various bases and acid is due to the different basic and acidic radicals. That means the basic and acidic radicals together combine respectively to form the, you can say, in the chemical reaction, they together are taking the part, and due to which there is a, you can say, ionic bond between them, and there is a one compound form. So this is nothing but a, you can say, which is that the basic and acidic radicals combined together which are present in them. Simple radicals. Which are the simple radicals here? Hg plus, Mg2 plus, Cl minus, Fe2 plus and Br minus. Composite radicals. These are nothing but SO4 2 minus, ClO3 minus, NH4 plus, NO3 minus. Then acidic radicals are, you can say, H minus or Cl minus, NO3 minus. Basic radicals are K plus, Ag plus, NH4 plus. Composite radicals are NH4 plus, NO3 minus, or you can say SO4 2 minus. Similarly, bivalent acidic radicals are Cu 2 plus, Ca 2 plus, Cn 2 plus. How to deduce the chemical formula here first. The name that is given is nothing but sodium sulfate. So what is step first? Write the formula of that. That is Na plus and SO4 minus 2. Then step second, you have to write the valencies of that. The valency of Na is 1. The valency of SO4 2 minus is 2. So then third step, what you have to do? You have to cross multiply that. That means 2 you have to attach it with Na plus and 1 with SO4 minus 2. So we are getting the fourth step. That is nothing but we are writing the chemical formula. That is Na2. That is 2 into Na will be Na2 and 1 into SO4 minus 2 will be SO4. You can write the formula of this. Today we have discussed in this lecture about the cation and anion, what are radicals, the basic radicals, the acidic radicals, the positive radicals, the trivalent radicals, or you can say bivalent radicals, and also we have studied how to write the chemical formula by taking the valencies.